So this is Tomb Raider 2013. This is the definitive edition, so technically it's not the original game. I mean, this is the original game, but just like with some graphical enhancements and a higher frame rate. This is technically the Tomb Raider definitive edition, which was originally released probably 2014, maybe 2015. This is basically a remaster of the 2013 game, but on the newer systems. This is being played on the PS4, but originally this was like a PS3, Xbox 360 title. And this is a reboot of the Tomb Raider series. This isn't the first game to be a reboot. I think Anniversary was. It's been a while. There's some guy, and there goes that guy. But yes, Lara has different weapons. She has like an assault rifle, shotgun, pistol, and then arrow with both fire. Oh, sorry, a bow and arrow with both just regular arrows and fire arrows. But yes, look at this. This game's got some pretty good scenes to it. Like, look at that, or set pieces, I guess you might call these. Pretty cool. My favorite part of this game is definitely when Lara was climbing the radio tower early in the game. This is just a very, very nice looking game. I mean, look at this. Very, very scenic. But, so, this game is a reboot, as I said earlier, before I got distracted looking at everything. I'm sure this is an older area that I'm just revisiting. Yes, but this game is pretty cool. I think the writing is kind of mediocre, I'd like to say. The writing's not great, like, at all. So the whole premise of this game, if I can't get back up there, the whole premise of this game is just like, can I fast travel? Yes. The whole premise of this game is just like, okay, you are playing as Lara Croft, you are, I think I'm going backwards, okay. But yes, the whole thing about this game is that, you know, you're Lara Croft, you are a archaeologist who is relatively young and you're inexperienced in terms of like survival skills and all that stuff. Basically, she is with a crew on the ship called the Endurance. And a huge storm comes in, and the storm causes you to go shipwrecked, and now you're stranded on this island. And you're in, I believe it's a Japanese island that's just off the coast of Japan in what they call the Devil's Triangle. And you are trying to fight your way off the island, and of course Lara becomes isolated from the rest of her crew, and she is fighting for her own survival. Now, there are a handful of characters in this game, like Samantha is a character that apparently is quite important because she is the descendant, or is a descendant, of ancient Japanese Sun Queen Himiko. Is this even the right direction? I may have gone backwards, but she is the descendant of an ancient Japanese Sun Queen. Let me use my survival and see. Nope, this is where I'm supposed to be going. But I got sidetracked a little bit. I didn't know what that was. Is that a hog? Ah, there's some supplies down here. But yes, she is like the descendant of like an ancient Japanese Sun Queen, and Lara has to rescue her and make, oh, fire arrows I guess could be used here. See, I remember some things about this game. Is that doing anything? Maybe use the torch? Maybe I can't burn this at all. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember this thing. But yeah, Samantha is the descendant of a Japanese Sun Queen, Himiko, and that's originally what we came to this island to explore about. But of course, there's like a huge supernatural thing where the inhabitants of this island are trying to sacrifice somebody to the sun god, or Sun Queen, I guess, with the hopes that they'll be ascended to that status. Something like that. But I'm just looking around, seeing if there's any supplies or whatever. But then again, I have a ton of ammo. This game is very generous in terms of how much ammo you get. I'm coming off of like the Resident Evil games, so you have to scrounge for as much ammo and resources as possible. And then in this game, they're just like, yeah, here's a full clip. Like, oh, sweet. I can't jump up there. But, yes, Samantha has been kidnapped by these inhabitants, and Lara is trying to rescue her and all that stuff, and make sure that she and the rest of the crew can get out relatively unscathed. So, This game is very combat heavy. It's not necessarily like your average Tomb Raider game. You're not necessarily trying to go out of your way to discover treasure, to explore these ancient tombs. As a matter of fact, Lara herself even says, "I hate tombs," as she finds herself inside of a tomb. All the tombs in this game are optional. You don't have to do it. They give you some experience and maybe some lore and stuff like that. But for the most part, you don't have to do anything. Let's see here. These very conveniently placed barrels here. I missed that one. There we go. But yeah. So, another thing about this game is that, well, then again, all the Tomb Raider games had, like, human enemies. Lara is basically like the female equivalent of Rambo in this game. She's taking on, like, a small militia single-handedly. And she is, like, she's just a badass in this game, you know? Oh boy, let me be careful here. Yeah, see those barrels? Look at that, the shrapnel flying off. The combat in this game, it's not the best, obviously. There's those guys that you have to dodge. Look at that. That's pretty awesome, like... is there a guy up there? There's a guy down here, 2 guys down here. Yeah, so the enemies just kind of sit there and wait, but then again, I am playing on normal difficulty, so maybe it's different. See if I can get up close to this guy. But see, yeah, they're very generous about ammo. That, back to back. You love to see it. But yes, let me make sure nobody's flanking me or anything. Yeah, there's a guy. See, that doesn't do as much damage as you might think it does. See, they're just kind of waiting for you to climb up there. They're not, like, trying to take you out. They're just kind of waiting up there. But anyway, I guess it's more fun that way, where the enemies just kind of wait for you to come to them instead. You can tell that the combat encounter has ended because the music has stopped, and there's even like a little autosave icon on the bottom right. But yeah, so see, Lara single-handedly just defeats an entire like small militia of the island's inhabitants here. As I said, she's like the female equivalent of Rambo. She'll even take like scraps that she's scavenged from like her fallen enemies, or even like crates lying around, and she'll craft entire upgrades for her weapons and all that stuff, which kind of contradicts the whole idea that, oh, you know, she's a very inexperienced archaeologist. She doesn't know much about survival, especially surviving on her own in like a stranded island in the middle of like, well, I guess not in the middle per se, but just off the coast of Japan, with like a small military force who apparently worship an ancient sun god, or sun queen probably. It's jammed. Burn white cloth. Okay. Bright white cloth can be burned. Yeah, it's up here. Oh, I guess that's an arrow. Look at that. But anyway,